Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be my pickups for May. Is it May? Aye. Pickups for May 2025. I don't have much this month, to be honest. I've got a fair wee bit. Some cool stuff. But I do want to start off with urging people to comment down below what they want Jen to paint this year for the charity stream. Obviously she painted that stunning picture in the background there, Final Fantasy VII. Absolutely, bloody love it, absolutely love it. And she's put it out to the community, so we're going to get like loads of ideas of what she's going to paint this year, and we'll probably stick it on a wheel or something, spin the wheel, and then we'll find out what she's going to paint. So far we've got James from the Ghetto Gang. He's suggested a Turtles themed, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themed painting, and Marcus from Dad and Lads Gaming, he has suggested a Double Dragon themed picture. He also mentioned a kind of point and click kind of collage, like a big kind of collection of different point and clicks and that. But yeah, that's the three suggestions we got so far. Love to hear some more suggestions so we can get Jen started. I think we'll put a kind of date on it. We'll put it on until, I don't even know what date it is, 27th. So maybe put it on to the end of the month. So the next couple of days, get some ideas in, and then she can get herself prepped and started, which will be really, really cool. Look forward to seeing what she's going to paint this year. Onto the pickups. So I'll show some gifts I got first from the legend Feed Me Chicken, who is one of the fellow Tumby Titans this year. He sent me up some cracking items here. So we've got, first up, we've got 1111 Memories Retold. I gave this over to my dad because he's a big history buff and he loves like military history and things like that. But he said he couldn't play it because he couldn't get on with the artwork. I think the artwork looks stunning in it, so I'm looking forward to playing this. I don't think it's a long game, but like I'm really interested in like historical kind of things. I really like that. I like seeing what things were like back in the day, and obviously this is a very, very important time in everyone's kind of life. Obviously, I seen the sacrifices that they all made and things like that. I played a World War, I think it was a World War one as well, and it was Valiant Hearts, and that was a cool game. Obviously, it was based on historical facts and things like that, and it was just really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go. I think it's only like a 5-6 hour game, so I'm really looking forward to getting into that. I'm going to put all this stuff here. He also set me up, and I think I might have this already, but I don't. All my DVDs are down here. This place is an absolute midden. It's so messy. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give it a good tidy, a good organised, and then hopefully maybe even do a room tour video tomorrow. I don't know. I'll stick on some tunes and I'll get stuck into this and just tidy it up because it's an absolute pigsty. But anyway, he set up Turtles 3-disc set, 25th anniversary of all the old cartoons. Really, really, really cool. And then obviously we just mentioned Turtles there. James wants a Turtles themed painting. So aye, Turtles, absolutely class. And they also set me up a disc only. But I'm really chuffed with this because I do expect this to come up on the Retro Red Steve Racing Challenge eventually one time. I just think he's going to play this at some point, so I needed to get it. And Chicken sent me a wee picture one day of some things that he was getting rid of, and I was like, oh, I'll take that. And he said it's just disc only. I said I don't care, like I need it in case it comes up in this challenge because I've missed too many games in this challenge. And it's really disappointing from me that I don't have the games to play. But anyway, the game he gave me was 007 Racing. Chuffed to have this, so when it comes up, I'm sure it's going to come up in Steve's challenge at some point. So I'm chuffed to have 007 Racing. He also sent me, the last thing he sent me was a pair of Destiny socks. Absolutely brilliant, man. I'm going to wear these to work. They're nice and black with some grey on it as well. But aye, absolutely brilliant. I've got some more clothes actually I picked up. I'll show them in a wee minute. So like I was saying, I met up with Marcus from Dad and Lads last week, and it was absolutely brilliant, man. His wife was up having a meeting in Glasgow, and he said, "Do you want to meet up and we'll go for some like pints and stuff?" So we went. It was just absolutely brilliant, man. We went for some pints and some pizza, and then we met up with Generation Pixel as well. But we were a little bit early for the pub, so we jumped into Game, just to have a wee look around, like one of the last bloody Game shops, like it's in Glasgow. I had a wee look around and we've seen this game here, and I eventually bought it later on in the day, but we've seen it in Game and it was $57.99, and I'm not paying $57.99 for a game. Just no chance. But I really wanted this game, and because I'm a big photo mode fan. I love photo modes in games, and I really wanted this because it's a game that means quite a lot to me, like the series in general. And then I picked it up later on. But anyway, the game was Tekken 8. I love Tekken 8. I love Tekkens. I think Tekkens are the best one-on-one fighters. I know that there's always that. I know Street Fighter's always held up in that highest regard, but I just think Tekken's the best. I love Tekken. Love Tekken. I'm no good at it, but I just absolutely love it. But so then, I didn't buy it in Game because it was $57.99. I'm not paying $57.99 for a game, especially for Tekken, and especially this day and age. And I knew this from Tekken 7. Like, this character's hidden behind paywalls, which I think is a travesty. I think it's horrible. I don't know why these companies keep on doing. Obviously, it's for money. I get that. Sorry, I do get that. But I remember in the good old days with like Tekken 2 and Tekken 3, like you finish the games with certain characters, you unlock characters. That was the best. That was just the best. I don't like how they have these battle passes, and then they have paid DLC to get characters. I mean, the biggest travesty is Heihachi. You've got to pay for Heihachi. That is insane. Heihachi is Tekken. Heihachi is Tekken like through the. He's the king of Iron Fist, man, and you've got to pay for him. I think that's shocking. I don't think it's right. I'm having a right good moan here, but I absolutely love this. Absolutely love it. I played through the story, finished the story. I'm going to play the kind of other character stories before I add it to the tower and count it as a completion, because I don't think it's completely just doing the one kind of story. There's different character episodes and things like that, so I'll go through them first before I count it as a completion. But it's absolutely class. And as well here it's 32 quid. I didn't pay 32 quid either. I got some CEX discount from a good pal. he applied his discount to it and I got it for 28. So 28 quid, I'm very happy to get Tekken 8. But 57.99, I just wasn't buying Tekken 8 57.99, especially as well because I know in my local Asda this is £21 on the Xbox. So knowing that it's £21 on the Xbox, I'm no shelling out 57.99. I'm just cheap. I'm just a cheap arse. But Tekken 8, brilliant. What we go to next? I think honestly I don't have that much. We went to. Where will we go next? So I went up to Irvine, a local town, and I went looking for a game there because I remember there was a game store, but it's gone now as well. So it was in Sports Direct. So I went over to Sports Direct, and I seen this game for £13, and I seen another game for £13, and it was what was it? UFO Grandizer or Endizer or something like that. I'll put a picture. And I don't know anything about the game. I just thought it looked cool because the robot looked cool in the front cover. But the game I got for £13 was Trek to Yomi. This looks stunning. I know a lot of people have played it, and it's the black and white kind of aesthetic of it is really nice in the eye. I think it looks absolutely stunning. I know there's that, and I can never remember the name, but it's got a particular name, that kind of style. But it looks really cool. But anyway, this was £13, and then that UFO Grandizer game was £13 as well. And I took them up to the counter and they scanned them and they said £6 to £8 please. And I was like, nope. And usually I'm quite reserved, introverted. Like I would go, oh yeah, no. I was like, no, they're £13 each. I'm not paying £6 to £8 for them. So then a whole palaver, and they went away, and like the supervisor came across, and he was like, "Oh, I can do that trick to Yomi for 13, but I can't do the UFO game, you know." And I'm not saying it was you, but some people just move the stickers across and things like that. I'm like, whatever, man, just give me that, and so I can go, because I spent ages in there waiting for him to bloody come to a decision. So I got trick to Yomi for 13. I think it looks really cool. What we got next? We've got CEX. So I don't usually spend money in CEX, I really don't. But I was in one day and I grabbed a couple of games because they're like £5 each. And then I seen this game as well, but I'll look at that at the end. So we got these games for £5, which were £5 each. Which is X-Men Legends 2 Rise of Apocalypse on the PSP. This looks absolutely brilliant. I did play Midnight Suns this year, which I think is quite similar in the sense that it's kind of, I think Midnight Suns got a kind of card based kind of battles, where this is just like turn based isometric. It looks really cool. I've never played it. I know there's obviously the first one, but I don't have that in the PSP. I've got it in the PS2 I think. But yeah, so anyway, we've got X-Men, Age of Apocalypse, Rise of Apocalypse, sorry. And then we've got Bayonetta for £5, which is an absolute belter of a game. Absolutely love Bayonetta. I had this before and I moved it on, but I wanted it again back in the collection. I think I had it on the Wii U before, so I wanted to get it in the PS3, so I'm going to the PS3 collection. Big PS3 fan, I love PS3, absolutely class console, so happy to have Bayonetta again. And there's another one that I want to get from the Bayonetta series, which is only on the Switch, which is Cereza. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of it. But you play as Bayonetta as a younger girl with Cheshire Cat, and it just looks really cool, but it's never coming down in price. I'm waiting for it to come down in price a little bit before I get it. The next game I got was £6, which is Rogue Trooper Redux. I've got this already on the PS2, but I do want to play this. I know Jordy Slasher, I know he played this I think last year, and it just looks really cool, and obviously it's got like revamped graphics and stuff like that. It's from a 2000 AD comic line, and I know David plays retro games badly. He's a big fan of 2000 AD, so I'm interested if he's played this because it does look really cool. And then the game that I did shell out for, it's not a lot of money, it's a lot more money on the PS4. I think it was like £35 in the PS4, I can't remember exactly what the price was, but I seen it in the PS3 and I do like PS3, so I'm happy to get it in the PS3. And it's Turtles Mutants in Manhattan, made by Platinum, so it's got that kind of cel-shaded kind of art style, similar to, it looks like Transformers Devastation done Turtles. That's what it looks like. I think they both came out similar times, and they just took a stab at doing like old 80s, 90s kind of cartoons and things like that. So look forward to playing this. I've heard it's not great, but I think it'll be good. I think I'll enjoy it. I like the art style of it. I'm going to enjoy the music, the story, the characters, obviously, and that looks really cool. Next, when I was in Irvine, when I was at the Sports Direct game, there was a cash generator as well, so I went into cash generator, and they had a Super Nintendo for sale, and it was £120, and I was on the fence because I don't have a Super Nintendo. I used to have one a while ago, but me and my brother sold all of our stuff, and I kind of want to get a Super Nintendo again. But 120 was a bit steep for me, and I know it's quite a good price, but it was a bit steep, and it had 10 games with it. So I asked to see it, so they brought it out, it showed me all the games, and the games were horrible. They were all sun damaged, nicotine stained, the labels were all ripped, and it had like N64 games with it as well. That was including the 10s, weird. It had No Mercy, which I really want No Mercy in the PS64 because it's a class game. And then I also had GoldenEye, and it was horrible, man. It was like a luminous yellow almost, and like half of Pierce Brosnan's face was gone. And I was like, no, I'm going to pass. which is a shame because I was kind of ready to shell out for it, but in the end I'm quite glad I didn't because it wasn't great condition. I think if within the 10 games, if it had A Link to the Past, I would have gone for it because I really like Link to the Past, but it didn't have that, so I didn't get that. But what I did get was a new Totaku figure, which is the Aloy one. These wee figures are really cool. I don't think they sold well. I don't think they did well. They're kind of like amiibos, but they have no kind of functionality to them, kind of thing. But they're just really cool. I think I've got 7 of them already. I'm looking up here now and I can see Heihachi Mishima. He's Tekken, man. Why is he not in Tekken 8? That really annoys me. But anyway, but I got Aloy, really cool. I think there's a Watcher, Totaku as well. It'd be really cool to have a full collection of these, but I don't think I will, because I think some of them might be just ridiculous prices, but I really do like, and when I see them I'll grab them because they're really cool. And there was a time before the games shut where these were getting sold off for like a £5 each. I think this cost me it cost me £4. £4, so I'm happy with that for £4. And then second hand shop stuff. So I mentioned earlier about the socks. I picked up some gaming t-shirts, which is quite cool. We picked up a Driver t-shirt, Driver San Francisco. That's kind of cool. Nice and big, so it fit over my fat belly. So these were $2.50 each. So we got a cool Driver t-shirt. And we got a Battlefield 3 t-shirt. Nice and simple, it just says Battlefield 3 on it. Really cool. Battlefield games were class. I've not played many Battlefield games in a while, but I remember, I think 3 was my favourite. I think that's the one where it starts off in the campaign where you're in a car and you go and you flip into the water kind of thing. I'm trying to remember what song was playing on radio at that time. I can't remember, but that was a really cool Battlefield game. I'm thinking, was that 3 or was it 4? I can never remember. And then a couple of DVDs. So we got G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero the movie. I just picked this up because I don't ever see things like this. Man, DVD, I've got so many DVDs. If I do my room tour, you'll see all this DVD tat underneath the desk. But cool to pick that up. And Ultramarines, a Warhammer 40,000 movie. This looks really cool, like in the back, the kind of art style looks really nice. Like it's not manga, but it is like a, what's it called, like an anime kind of style. That looks really cool. And picked up a bunch of 360 games just because they were there. Not that I need them or want to add them anyway. I don't have 360 anymore in my room. Well, I have a few, which are down here, but I picked these up because maybe they can go to like a bundle or something for the charity stream. So we got Terraria. Again, if I see this, I always think of Paul out in Northern. I can see he loves this game. Saints Row the 3rd. Red Faction Guerrilla. I've never played the Red Faction Guerrillas. I played Red Faction 2. I'd love to go back to the Red Faction because they were really cool on the PS2. But I don't really remember them. But I remember them being cool. I remember blowing stuff up and all that. I remember the second one you could dual wield weapons and all that. That was really cool. 2 Human and Hitman Blood Money. That 2 Human, Ross was talking about this on his 360 video recently. And I'm trying to remember what he said about it. I'm shocking at remembering things. But I think there was something about it going through development hell or something, and it was stuck and then it got released, or I can't remember. But when he was talking about it, I was like, oh, I just picked that up. That seems interesting. And then the only game I got from second hand shop was a PSP game, which was Lumines 2 for £2. A nice little puzzle game, and it's the people that made it also made Tetris Effect, which Tetris Effect is my favourite Tetris. It's the best incarnation of Tetris ever, especially in VR, and it's a very hard sell. I don't know how to sell Tetris Effect in VR. It is just bliss. It's so zen. But anyway, Lumines 2. And that's it. That's all my pickups for this month. I'm pretty sure of it. One of the best pickups I got actually wasn't even a pickup. It was, we switched our internet server, our provider, sorry. So we switched from EE to Virgin, and man, it's night and day. It's so good. Like, I took some screenshots. I was talking to Marcus about it. Like, my upload previously with EE was 18 megabytes per second, and now it's up at like 103 megabytes per second. And the thing that's so cool about that now is that I can finally use my PS Portal, and it's bliss, man. It's so good. It runs so smooth. There's no buffering, there's no like pixelation or anything. It's just seamless. So from me liking the PlayStation Portal because it was PlayStation and everything, to now absolutely loving it because I can use it. I couldn't use it before. But anyway, I think that's all my pickups. Please remember to comment down below and let us know what you think Jen should be doing for the painting this year for the charity stream. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye.